I'd like to have your attention, everybody, all of Sarit.
And Callie. Wow, you guys, we have a very special guest today. Little brown girl.
Okie dokie, what is today, Sarit? Sarit, today is Tuesday. Happy to, we didn't even do the thing. Good Tuesday. Okay, now on with it. Wow.
And happy noon.
You are so cute.
Come on. All right, you guys, today we're going to have not one, but two very special guests.
He's what?
He's going to
You're going to hold him the whole time?
Yeah, come on. Let's go. Are you
okay, so first of all, look at me. I'm so cute. I'm so cute.
Today, Callie is going to be asking all of your questions.
Today, Callie's going to be reading
and you're going to be answering all of her questions. I'm just kidding.
So today is Q&A day on Tuesdays. You ask questions and we answer. She blends in. She's so good. Look at my white chest. I have a dagger.
Question number 1.
Hold on. So before this, first thing I want to say is, you're awesome.
Did you see this? Number 1, Danny, this makes me maybe halfway upset. I'm just kidding.
Danny, I'm so offended. Okay, so you're awesome. Number 2, you're awesome. Number 3,
we got some questions to answer.
We do have some questions to answer. Today's Q&A day. Callie, can you read the first question, please? Okay, first question. First question is from somebody's clever. Inquiring Minds is the name, and the location, Venus.
How is the internet in Venus?
so
Good.
clever.
So good.
Okay, I keep hearing people talk about programs, but I don't see... Keep hearing people talk about your programs, but I don't see it on your website. What is the inner circle and what is the accelerator?
Wow, Callie, are you going to be answering that too?
No, you are.
Great.
Yeah, so we do offer various programs depending on people's goals.
The inner circle is probably our
bread and butter.
It is our bread and butter. I would say it's probably our second most well-known program other than the Raw Transformation. The inner circle is the bread and butter because it goes the deepest with regards to all things, just body transformation.
I think actually I should explain the inner circle and you explain the accelerator.
Okay.
Play into your strengths, people.
Yeah.
So I explain the inner circle a lot, and Sarit explains the accelerator more. So this makes sense. I like to describe the inner circle, and you might see these names like floating around, but they are not on the website, and I will tell you why. They're not on the website because they're a bigger investment. And in our industry, in the health and wellness industry, people have a certain expectation of what they're getting. And so they attach a price that they have seen with what they have gotten before. And so when they see a higher price and they expect the same thing that they've gotten before, they're like, well, this is just stupid. And it doesn't make any sense to create a false expectation for somebody, or to allow for their expectation that will not be accurate as to what they get in this program to be associated with that number. Does that make sense? Hopefully that makes sense. Also, the Accelerator is a newer program, and it is more of a specific program. So They
Okay.
will be on the website at some point. They will be available at some point. It just hasn't been a huge priority with all the other programs and things that we're running when we can explain it. So Inner Circle is like a life coaching program with a heavy emphasis on body transformation, like Sarit said. And the reason that we do that and the purpose and the principles involved in that are: your problem is not nutrition. Your problem is not fitness. Your problem is there are so many other aspects of your life that you do not consider when wanting to lose weight. You think about, what do I eat and how do I work out? Actually, probably reverse those. What are my workouts like? And then maybe I'm going to try to eat a little bit better. Workouts alone are not going to get you the results that you're looking for when it comes to body transformation or weight loss. And nutrition alone is going to get you further than just workouts will, but still not going to get you to your goals. And both of them combined still won't get you to your goals. Also, what's going on in your mind? What's going on with your schedule? What's going on with your family and your environment and your work and the way you think about things and your relationship with food and how you manage or fail to manage your time well? How you consider your priorities? What are you listening to? What are you watching? All of these things contribute to whether or not you will reach your health and fitness or weight loss goals. But we consider only 2 of the however many I just mentioned. So in the Inner Circle, here's the process. Fill out an assessment. That assessment gives us all of your story so that we understand what we're working with, what your background has been, what any kind of ailments you may have or surgeries prior or procedures or, experiences that you've been through and where you're starting and where do you want to go. So then we can put together, or our coaches, our team of coaches can put together, what is the nutritional outline that we're going to put together, because the nutrition does matter, workouts do matter. But then when you get into the program, you have a 1-hour success call with your coach where we can actually dive into, where are you really at? What are you eating? Breakfast, lunch, dinner, snacks, whatever. What things do you love? What things are you absolutely not willing to give up? What are your dirty little secrets? And where is the lowest hanging fruit that we can grab so we can make adjustments to your current situation that are not going to be overwhelming, but are going to help you make progress forward. Okay, so that's what happens in that 1-hour call. You walk away from that call with confidence, knowing exactly what it is you're doing. With clarity, knowing exactly what you're doing, with confidence in your ability to actually be able to follow through with those things, because you get to be a part of that process. If we're going to say, hey, the recommendation I would make, knowing this, knowing where you want to go and what you struggle with, these are the adjustments that I want to consider right now. Do you feel confident that you'll be able to do that? No? Okay, let's make some adjustments, because you have to like what you're doing. So that's all that happens in that call. And then you have access to your coach 6 days a week on an app on your phone at the tip of your fingers. And there are also group calls and a Facebook group. The group calls happen every week so that you can create a bond with people who are going through a similar process as you. All those group calls are done on Zoom video, all recorded, posted to the Facebook group, so you have access to them, because we can't expect that every single person is going to be able to make every single call, but we want you to be able to watch those. There's accountability in there. There's education in there, because our goal is not to make you dependent on us by telling you exactly every single thing that you have to do. That's what creates dependence. And that is why you have a hard time following through with other programs, because once you're no longer told exactly what to do, you don't know what the fuck to do. Deep breath. That's the Inner Circle. Did I explain it well?
Yeah, and then for with regards to the Inner Circle, we work in 3-month cycles. So when somebody decides to enroll in the Inner Circle, we either we work with them for 3 months, 6 months, 9 months, 1 year, obviously after every quarter. But basically, the strategies that you get are for a quarter. Of course, we always pivot and shift based on how you're doing. and how you're following through with everything and what results you're getting. But, you know, like the strategies would completely look different every 3 months. And most people realize when they do the inner circle is, you know, like that they want to stay there a lot longer, because one of the things that we always say is that you don't know what you don't know. And in the inner circle, you really get a very high level of awareness with regards to, you know, so many things in your life. And, you know, it changes everything for the better. You know,
Not only does it change everything, like your life for the better, it ends up inspiring those closest to you to make the changes too. And what happens then is your environment gets on board. And the people you spend the most time with no longer become a resistant force, but they come into alignment. Spouses have jumped on board. You know, other family members have jumped on board. Friends, best friends have become a part of this program after they've seen results, because the trend is I lose weight, I gain weight, I lose weight, I gain weight, I lose weight, I gain weight. Well, when your best friend sees you join another program, they expect for you to lose weight, but then what do they expect afterwards?
we talked about that yesterday. When I want to give a shout out to Tree.
Hold on. What do they expect afterwards?
Oh, that it's going to be the same thing over.
You're going to gain weight again. Okay. So what happens is when you don't gain weight back and they see that, they're like, oh, some shit's different. Yes. True.
Damn,
Talk about.
Yeah. Tree, you know, like, so how we have accountability buddies. She's like, I had a diet buddy, which was her friend Leslie, and would go on all these diets together. They basically tried everything.
We'll just yo-yo together.
Yeah. And, you know, we told her a couple of things. At first, she, you know, was resistant because the information that we provide is so different, and it's a very disruptive form of, you know, just thought.
Disruptive in a sense that it's just so different from the rest of the industry.
Yeah. So, you know, like there was a little bit of questioning, but, you know, we focused on, you know, keeping her consistent. And when I say we, I want to give a huge shout out to Coach Crystal. So, you know, like she leaned into the process, and suddenly like things shifted. So then her friend Leslie was like, yo, what are you doing? And she invited Leslie to join. And now, you know, Leslie, you know, is on the program too. And she's already like making, you know, tremendous steps forward. So, I mean, it's a beautiful thing what happens in the inner circle calls. There is no program like the inner circle. It will forever be our like dearest.
And you know, there's been some comments from people who are in it, but like, you know, our biggest challenge in getting people enrolled in this for the price point that it's at is people have tried so many things before and they're like, how is this going to work? And it's so different and it's so difficult to explain, but when you experience it,
yeah.
So, you know, and somebody, in case somebody's wondering right now, the inner circle is $699 a month, or you can do 3 months up front for $19.95. And there are people who will tell you they would gladly pay it again. What was I going to say? Oh, Catherine Brown. Okay. I want to talk about a common misconception.
Yes.
In any program that we do. Everybody thinks I have to be able to work out. Did you hear all the like 19 other things that I mentioned besides fitness, and how fitness is like one of the least impactful things that contribute to your body transformation? You do not have to be cleared to work out. You do not even need to work out in the beginning. You need to be able to change your mind, because that, if you are stuck, is why you are stuck. Because you haven't changed your mind. So, Catherine, and I need to have a conversation, because it's a misconception that like makes me so sad, because people are waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting. Oh, I'm injured, or I need to be cleared to work out or do this fitness thing or be physical activity. And you don't. That's what's holding you back.
She was the beginning of the feed. Yeah.
Oh.
Casey, I remember. Yeah, you guys, your workouts won't nearly make as big of an impact as everything else. Yeah, Catherine, I strongly believe that you and Erin should talk, so that we can kind of like see your blind spots and talk about your goals, and whether, you know, we can help you to get there. And if so, you know, like, how can we start?
This too, simple and easy are two different things. So let's like create a clear and real expectation. Nothing great is easy. When was the last time you accomplished something that you were proud of? I guarantee you it was not easy to achieve. But we simplify and we help you work through the difficulties. And that's what's so different about it. So anyways, there's that. This $6.99 a month, not $6.99.
Yeah, Jillian's got it.
Yeah.
Critical thinking, that's right. That is right. Yeah, we provide you tools, and amazing things happens. Should you choose to follow through? I love what Eldub said. All right, so let's talk about the Accelerator program. Yep. You know, the Accelerator program, I mean, there is a qualification process for it, but it is basically, you know, a program for entrepreneurs who want to, you know, 10x their success. And, you know, it's basically a 1-year coaching program where basically the cycles go by 1 year. Because for those of you guys who are like, ooh, weight loss is a longer process than I thought when I do it the sustainable route. I'm like, dude, entrepreneurship is 10 times longer. That's just the reality of it, because there's so many moving pieces and parts. And what we don't realize is that everything that we're taught in school is actually like everything opposite of anything that's related to entrepreneurship. And, you know, number one, like we go through all of the mindset stuff, because if you don't have, you know, the right perception with regards to, you know, just money or entrepreneurship, it doesn't matter when it comes to the mechanics of what we coach you through, you're just not going to follow through, because it is so different than what school teaches you. And that's just the reality of it, you know. And basically, you know, we go heavy into marketing and sales, so that you can take yourself from wherever you currently are in your business to the next level, and basically just, you know, scale yourself and your life. So that is our intention. You know, most of the people in the program are, you know, some of our very committed clients who've been heavily involved with Team XND. They saw the opportunity and they're like, I want to learn the skills and the tools so that I can be the best entrepreneur, so that I can really make, you know, a difference in, you know, my lifestyle and living from a monetary standpoint, and how much I produce with this vehicle that's called, you know, Team XND, which is an amazing opportunity. So, you know, I mean, we know that, you know, most people don't care to be entrepreneurs, and the ones who do care, like, this may not be the program for them. You know, but basically this is a business coaching entrepreneurship program. And
a personal growth from the terms of like personal finances and mindset around money in general.
Money mindset, personal finances, marketing and sales. Yeah. Yeah. So it's a very neat program. Yeah. So inquiring minds from Venus. I hope that this message gets to you at some point. And I hope that that adds value to you. Let's say inquiring minds wants to, be a part of the inner circle. Where should
Or the accelerator. Yeah.
or the accelerator?
You know what? Like, just find me on Facebook and just send me a message. I'm happy to get back to you. That's probably just the easiest way to start a conversation. Starting a conversation doesn't make you obligated to do anything. I'm happy to help, or, if it's not for you, point you in the right direction. So if you are interested, just shoot me a message right now. Just say, hey, interested in this or that. Or, hey, interested in something. Maybe if it's not those, there's other things that we do too. So anyways, the main thing is like, hey, do I want to improve the quality of my life? Do I want to live happier? Do I want to have more confidence in not just like my body and my appearance, but who I am as a person? And do I really want to make lifestyle change that's going to last? And am I willing to show up for it? If any of those are true, if those are true, send me a message.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Mm-hmm. So next question.
Yeah.
Is from Danielle, born in Madison, Wisconsin.
Mm-hmm.
Or should I say the next 5 questions? We can kind of roll these all into like a smooth thing. Okay, so question 1, how long have you had your Precision Nutrition 1, which is a certification from an accredited company? Well, we can answer that one. How long have we had those? 3.5, 4 years?
Since
4
the
years.
beginning of 2018. So, yeah, coming up on 4 years now.
Okay. When were you studying for your PN1, what we'll call it? Were you also working in the industry at the time?
Yes, we were.
We were personal trainers, not nutrition coaches, though. Mm-hmm. We were personal trainers, so we were working in the health and fitness industry, yes. Mm-hmm. And we were studying in 2018. Mm-hmm. 2018.
Yeah.
After you received your certification, how did you go about getting clients? Did you work for yourself or did you work under someone for some time?
This is good.
This is
so good. The reality is, and you guys,
the reality is we worked for free.
Yes. I think anybody who goes to coaching of any kind goes into it to make an impact. However, the impact does not come from the theory in the book. The impact comes from, number 1, your own personal experience. If you don't have a deep attachment as to why you're doing it, guess what? You're not going to continue doing it. One thing that people don't realize is that now, like with the Instagram era, like, and all these like coaches, like, you think that the person is just kind of like maybe working with 10 people, charging way too much, and just like living their life on vacation. That is not what a real coach's life is all about. I will tell you from experience, and it doesn't matter whether it's fitness, whether it's nutrition, just life transformation in general. Coaching is a dirty job, and I will tell you why. It is a dirty job because you're working with changing people. And in order to change somebody who already goes into it with a certain level of emotions, discomfort, context, it is not easy. It takes time, it takes a lot of effort, and that's why for any coach on our team, they have to prove that they are living demonstrations of us practicing what we preach. Because the number one thing that we see in this industry is that, somebody makes progress, they're like, ooh, I really like this thing. I think that I'm going to get my certification and be a coach. And now,
which is a great thing.
Which is a great thing.
It's inspiring.
Intentions are great. And I think that that's why a lot of people go into it. However, I will tell you this. If you go into coaching and you haven't yet, really gone through all of the experience to learn how to take care of yourself sustainably, and then you bring, other people into the mix, like, you're just going to be broken down, like emotionally, physically, mentally. That is why you see so many personal trainers who are out of shape. At the beginning, they were like, ooh, like, you know, the gym is like my sacred place. This is where like so much of my self-development happened. And then they start to become personal trainers, and they realize that being a personal trainer and working at a gym is very different than coming to the gym and foam rolling for an hour and doing the cardio machine for an hour, and then, you know, lifting with your friends and doing a lift every 3 minutes. And it's not a hangout. It's very different once you earn a living making it. And ask any coach and they will tell you just that. So, you know, going back to the question, after you received your certification, how did you go about getting clients? You know, the reality is that we got into this industry because of a very deep passion, because we know how it, number one, made an impact on us, and number two, you know, we know the downside of people not knowing how to take care of themselves. So it's something that's very near and dear to our hearts, and we never went into it for the money. Know that. Okay. And the reason why I say that is because when you go into something without experience, unless you can prove to someone that you can get them results, do not ask them for money. Do not. Because you only deserve money if what you're able to provide in return is greater than the amount of money. So what we did is we had our personal training clients, and
if we wanted to make a lot of money doing this, I will tell you right now, like, yes, there's a way that we can, over a span of maybe 10 years from when we started. It is not a quick journey, but we could have stayed at our personal training jobs that we had. We could have kept, we had comfortable pay. We could afford things. We could control our income by however much work we did. We were very valuable assets to the gym. It was a gym that paid the most amount of money that any gym could, and that had the most, that had the highest level of like potential earnings. Like, you could earn as a personal trainer more than the managers. And, you know, if we cared about that so much, we would have stayed there. It was a promise. We had benefits and all the stuff. But the issue was we could only help one person at a time for an hour. And now you have, we can have an hour-long call and there's 60 people live. You know, or you have
it's about scaling your impact while over time scaling your life. So, you know, we never went to it. We went into it because of our deep, like, for me, like, I know that this is my purpose, right? However, you know, I say, like, if you want to start out anything, right? Like, if you don't have experience and you can't prove results to someone, or, you know, you're not a part of an organization that already has built a reputation and can prove results, you know, don't even worry about the money part yet. Like, get your skills in real life, not in book. Mm-hmm. It's not about what you see in a book. It's in real life. Get your skills to help people. Once you start to, like, see trends that you're actually able to provide people results, then you're like, you know what, maybe I'll take the courageous step and, you know, like, ask for some money for that.
Yeah, you know,
and that's what we did. We used our, you know, like, our very close network as guinea pigs, and
then people started noticing that they were getting results.
Right, and they got incredible results, and they were asking them, like, what are you doing? They're like, talk to these girls.
That's how.
And then they're like, we want your services. How much do you charge? We're like, how much do we charge? So, you know, like, this is really how it all started. So, you know, we started with our core group of people, just, you know, wanting to give them results for the sake of us gaining experience, and most importantly, confidence.
You have to want to give. That's one thing. You need to be willing. Look, anybody who's overpaid was severely underpaid for a
very
long
long time.
You might like look at things and look at prices of things and be like, oh, you guys make a lot of money. I'll think again. But it isn't about that. It's about creating freedom for other people and creating a future of impact on not only our own lives, but everybody else's lives. And so you have to have that mentality and mindset going into it, because that's how people know you really want to serve them and help them. You have to be willing and wanting to give and give and give and give and prove that you have something that works.
Mm-hmm.
And if you don't, then you're going to get a client and then lose them. And you're going to get a client and then you're going to lose them. And then you're going to have a hard time getting clients because you no longer believe in your own self and your own ability to get them results. So then you're not even going to be getting clients. This is how most people in this industry, when they go into it, fail. So first of all, it's like, do I practice what I preach? And can people see that? They get attracted to that. They ask you what you're doing. You offer to help them. Hey, I'm beta testing. This is something new that I'm doing. I'd love to help you. Let's see what kind of results we can get you. That really requires you to follow up with them, because when somebody's not paying for something, they do not value it as much. They do not show up as much. When you have money to lose, you are more likely to show up. So it makes you have to follow up with them because they're not paying anything. You got to chase them around. You got to learn how to do that.
Yeah.
The next thing then is, when you do have a proven system, you've got to grab those testimonials. You've got to gather the people who have had success with you. And then you've got to show other people when then you are charging something for it. And you can't start by charging what we charge. We had to work our way up to that, because what happened was we didn't have enough coaches for the amount of people who were willing to pay what we were charging. We couldn't take on that many clients. So we had to create new programs at a lower price point so that we could handle a group of people. Thus was born the Raw Transformation, the 8-week Raw Transformation program. We can do a lot of people at one time. And then Inner Circle price went up, because that is, if you're really serious, it's very exclusive, it's very personal. And if you want the most guaranteed success, that's the place to be, but also comes at a price point. So it's like, you have to work your way to that, and you can't expect to be charging oh, I'm worth it. You are, but you have to prove to other people so that they believe you are. So hopefully that helps answer number 3.
Yeah. And I will tell you guys this, both from a coaching standpoint and from a consumer standpoint, when it comes to what you're getting, when you see a higher price point, that means that you're getting more of the person's time. So, for anybody who's been like, oh, I'm all about the $17 thing, $37 thing, that is probably like one of the biggest issues. The fact that, you're just getting things, but you're not focusing on application unless you've already gone all the skill set. Because, like for anybody who's really skilled, they know the value of their time.
And if you're not buying somebody's time, that means you're still doing it alone. And if you've been trying to do it alone and that has been the issue, then to change,
you got to change.
You got to change.
Yeah. As I'm finishing up the last several chapters, I'm starting to think about my options, and I'm not confident in starting my own thing from the ground right now. I'm also not in a place in life where I have the time to spend building it the way I would need to in order for it to be successful, just based on my values, family, rest, etc. How would you recommend I go about looking for work to help build confidence and experience? So number 1, this thing about confidence.
Hold on. Can I address something earlier in here? Yeah. You'll have a hard time achieving anything you want to achieve if you're not willing to put time into it.
Yeah.
Like, this goes for anybody. Like, I'm not trying to just like pick on you, but if you say you want to do something, but you're not willing to put very much time into it, you cannot expect that you're going to get very good results. That's just a blanket statement for pretty much anything.
That is very true.
You have, the more success you want in a certain area, the more resources need to go into it.
Yeah. And
time, money, energy.
Yeah. And the more time you have in something, those of you guys who like graphs / flow charts, it's coming. Time, right? The more time you put in something, the more experience you're going to gain. The more experience you're going to gain, the more confidence you're going to have. And when you do this over and over and over again while gaining new skills, you know, from
nobody can read
from a monetary standpoint, this is what will change. However, my question for you with regards to that is, what is your intention going into this in the first place? Because what I feel that is lacking is clarity as to why are you doing this. If we're being honest, are you doing this to better educate yourself? Are you doing this to help more people? Look, if your intention is to ever, like, if it's about something bigger than yourself and you're then looking at your own agenda, aka family, aka rest, then you just got it twisted. Because,
well, whatever's at the top of your priority list is what's going to take the most amount of your time and your effort and your money.
yeah,
That's it. There's no way around that. Look at your bank account and you can see what your priorities are.
Yeah.
Just saying.
Yeah, it's the truth. So, you know,
this is a good exercise. Print out your bank statement for the last 3 months and categorize things. Fast food, entertainment, education, health and wellness, and like add up the dollar amounts, and whatever is the most is your priorities. Like, it never fails. 100%. Because money is a very valuable thing to people. And so if you're putting your money into something, you value it. Now, if you're valuing something, but you have a goal that doesn't align with and they repel each other, I would reconsider where you're putting that money.
Yeah.
If you're serious about it. So that's just like, it is not our job to say what anybody's priorities are.
Right.
I'm not here to tell you your health should be your number one priority. It is not up to me. I don't live your life. I live mine. I have my own set of priorities, and the most money and time and energy go into them. You guys, like, legit, I would actually say you are probably a higher priority than Sarit, if I'm being honest.
Yes, we are aware of
that.
Our mission is a higher priority.
We spend more time, more money, and more energy on you guys and this mission and doing this than we do with each other. And sometimes I get really pissed off at that, to be honest, because I'm like, where's my wife? I need her. But we're working towards something that's bigger than us, and we're both mutually aligned that that's good. Mm-hmm. And that the time that, like, we're blessed to be able to do this together, and the time that we do have intentionally that we spend with one another is great. So, you know, I went off on like a tangent there, but.
So yeah. Here's the thing. If you're already in this industry, what I would recommend, if you're in this industry and you're already working with a set of clients, just, you know, like, use the theories from the book as a way to, you know, like, start, you know, kind of like structuring some things from a nutrition standpoint, and, you know, see how that improves the results. If you're not already in, you know, the industry, again, it all depends on your goals. You know, you can either, and again, it all depends on how much time you're willing to put into it. I will tell you this, that if you're like, I'm not really willing to put that much time, then I would say maybe start with your family members or, people that you know, and just start giving them some help. However, make it your priority that your goal is to get them results, because that is how you're going to learn. And then write things down, what things work, what things didn't work. Or, you can, if maybe it's somebody at your gym or, a company that, indicates that that is something that they do, you could ask to, like, volunteer and intern for them, and if it is in alignment and if they want to use your help, then great. However, one thing about internships with an established thing is that there are expectations. So it's a matter of, are their expectations too much of a requirement from you, or vice versa? So just 2 thoughts, and then
I want to answer this last one really quick so we can we've got 2 very long-winded answers for 2 questions. But this last one, is there any other education that we would recommend that would be beneficial, whether nutrition related or fitness related? I currently have my CrossFit level 1 and my CrossFit Kids certifications. More certifications is not the answer. A certification is a piece of paper that tells people, look, I took this test and I passed it. So now I can do some stuff officially. We have our certifications are behind that whiteboard right there, but blackboard. But the certification is a piece of paper that says, look, I passed the test and now I can do some stuff. Great. Okay, trust me. The real education comes in
life
experience, trial, error, effort. And so when you have the piece of paper, the only reason you need to get a new one is maybe continuing education. But once you have one, now it's time to apply. Some people just get certification after certification after certification. Somebody sent me an email the other day that said, I had to look up the acronyms for every single one of your letter things at the bottom. Like, I don't even actually know why I have those down there. You know why I have so many? Is because every 2 years you have to prove that you have been continuing your education through nationally recognized certification companies to maintain your certified personal training certificate. That's why I have so many, because I was a trainer for 10 years or more. So every 2 years, I have to prove to them through a national certification that I'm continuing my education, even if I'm reading books and all these things. So I would say practical application would be the next best education.
Yeah. That's a great question. Thank you for asking that. And it's truly inspiring, like making an impact in any way whatsoever, and appreciate your trust in what we have to say with regards to all the things.
Yeah, and Tawny, I need you to ask that. Danny, can you please post the link, my love, to the question survey, the links for the questions? Tawny has an amazing question, but we both have appointments that we've got to run to, unfortunately, or else we would spend more time with you guys. But that is a wonderful question, and I want to answer it. So please submit that in the question form. If you guys have questions, Danny's going to drop the link. Oh, faithful Danny, thank you so much. And you can ask your questions there.
And we actually dropped the X and D word today, so I'm going to just drop it again because because we have an announcement, and our announcement is that Espresso for the next couple of days is going to be on hold, because you know what, you guys, we earned the X and D trip.
We earned the trip.
So yeah, tomorrow we're going to be in the air during espresso time, and then one of the
Thursday,
things that
Friday.
we always talk about is intentionality. So when we're there, we plan on being intentional. However, because you guys are very near and dear to us, we do plan on putting up stuff. However, not on a scheduled time, because our intention is to be intentional. So
intention is to be intentional.
Yes. So
to be present.
Should the timing and the activity will be in alignment, we'll be sure to go live. So you guys just have to stay plugged if you really want to see what's up.
Keep your eyes open.
Yeah, but no espresso until Tuesday. We will catch you guys back next Tuesday for another Q&A. Between now and then, we hope that you guys have an amazing week. And yeah, we will see you sometime somewhere on Facebook between now and then.
Bye.
Bye.